Welcome back. It's a Sunday, it's the end of the long weekend if you've had a long weekend, and if you haven't had a long weekend, it's the end of a normal weekend. And if you work at the weekends, it's not the end of the weekend anyway. Sorry, at work. Yep, as always, meant to get even more done on Frank this weekend and haven't even touched it, nearly neglected it. And I know most of you guys don't pressure me. You say take your time, do what I want, but I did feel guilty, especially to my patrons that I haven't actually produced a video on Frank. So that's what we're going to attempt to do today. Yeah, I've got an idea in my head that I saw a few comments, which are fair comments about the heater pipes that are running inside and stuff, and the safety and stuff. And yeah, I do want to cover them up and do things, and maybe they should run underneath. But anyway, I want to try and cover them up. So we're going to start by hopefully the passenger footwell. And go from there, and we'll just see if we can get the passenger footwell sorted today, and then yeah, and then I think I'm making some aluminium trunking or something to go all the way to the back. Yeah, so yeah, popped to a Lego show this morning, and we got a roast chicken for dinner. Roast chicken for dinner, and I've got a clean shirt on as well, so let's see how long that stays clean, shall we? So yeah, let's just see if we can get the passenger footwell, and I'll try and explain what my ideas are. Okay, my first problem, apart from lack of space, is I took, for some reason, I think somebody's going to steal it. So I took the keys out last time and hid them somewhere, so no one could find them. Guess what? I can't find them. I can't find them. I found them. Stupid. Okay, look at my purple knob. Oh yeah, have I got room to get out of the garage? Power steering. To get both doors open. Yeah. Okay, first job is to actually tidy out the passenger seat so we can actually see what we're doing, and I can show you what we're doing. Okay, that's that tidied up for the moment. So this is what we got. We've got two stainless steel pipes that run from the front. They're old, well, they're not old, but they're MGF stainless steel pipes, which I've cut and shut and modified, and then we put some 90 degrees in, which was stainless again. And they go semi to the back. They go right past the rear passenger seat, so let's not worry about what happens at the back there. All the connections for these are technically on the outside. That one's very close, but it's on the outside. So chances of them bursting, if they do burst, hopefully it's all on the outside. That's all good. So originally the ECU was here, we moved it up to here just for now, and then it had like an aluminium plate that went over the top as well to protect it under the carpet where people's feet were. So we're going to do the same sort of thing. We're a rally car, so we're going to make some sort of aluminium footrest thing that goes on here. I was going to go right across, obviously a bit of a wasted space, but then what am I going to do with it apart from put people's feet on anyway? It's only the passenger seat, so if it's not perfect seating position, I'm not too bothered. So I'm thinking, yeah, across here and bent upwards. I've got some aluminium checker plate from a previous project, pre-YouTube, that's been laying around in the back garden for 6-7 years. I don't know if I can be able to bend it, so that'd be another trick thing. But first thing to do is I think we make a cardboard template of what we think could go in here and go from there. As I said, I don't know if I could bend it. I'd mostly just do a channel sort of thing like that, but then obviously that's a bit awkward for your feet, so I'm better off making a completely false floor. Maybe someday we can think about putting something underneath that. Don't know what. Let's find some cardboard. Well, we found the old checker plate. I used it in the back of a pickup once, years ago, to pick up a car that I did. Anyway, all I could find was my reciprocating saw as a nice tool for cutting it. I think it's like 5mm thick, this stuff, so it's pretty hefty. We're going to have to see how that does. Obviously, I don't have a proper folding tool, so what I'm thinking of doing is cutting it lengthways over length first, and then I can then use that to my advantage for leverages and everything to actually make a bend, and then we can trim it smaller later. That's the idea. I might just go along this edge here for the moment, and then we can trim it up later. That would be the side against the roll cage. I could be really fancy and cut sections out to fit around the roll cage, but I'm not going to. So I was going to make a template, but I just drew a simple diagram that will follow, trace onto that, bish bash bosh. I can't find a marker pen, so the pencil it is. Like butter, that. That's good. Could do with behind my gloves though, because I can feel all my hands tingling already. Now, if any of my current and old new subscribers think, oh, he looks a bit bodgy, go back and see some of my previous work, it's even worse. So yeah, don't panic, I've got better. Anyway, all we had to do is cut a line. What's the end of the world? Okay. Oh yeah, that kicked a bit. Anyway, all gives you lots of laughs, doesn't it? That's the old banter. That's what I like to call it. You know, I don't know why people have to leave a negative and bad and insulting comment. You know, just if you don't like my videos, move on. Move on. Plenty of other better people out there. Move along. But anybody that wants to stay and have a laugh with me and just understands what I'm doing, stay. So, what I'm going to do is I've got to chop across there at some point. I'm not going to do that just yet because it gives me more leverage to make a bend. Not sure how I'm going to bend it at the moment. Paul at WHM did give me a bender, but I've left that down the unit container, and I don't think it would have been wide enough anyway, or it might have been, but anyway, I'm just going to find something to wedge it under and do our best. Let's go hunt. Okay, if my previous exploits haven't shown my bushcraft skills, I think this is called Bushcraft. I found a lamppost right next to Frank and a brick wall. That's not going to move, is it? So yeah, let's try and bend it. I made a template, very accurate, and yeah. Half a Stella in. Oh man, I impress myself with my genius sometimes. Let's chop the end off. It weighs half a ton. That's going to slow the car down. We have to turn the boost up. Oh, this is going to get so many dislikes. Alright, I apologise if I'm panting. Oh, getting hooked up on this car. Yeah, moved the seat right out. Managed to get it in. It wouldn't go in with the seat in there. I could have cut it shorter as well. Because, yeah, you know, maybe if it needs to come out at some point, it'd be simpler not to remove the seat, but we'll see on that, you know. But what I'm thinking is, yeah, because it comes all the way back to this box section where the seat cross member is, yeah, if we could somehow rivet some nuts in to this top box section, we'd get a couple in here, and then, yeah, we can make some brackets for the front there. So yeah, that's how I'm looking. I might just trim the top of the corner off just to give it a bit of clearance to the pipes. To be honest, if I could put another bend in at the top, I mostly would, but you've already seen me bend this once. And yeah, it's quite tough stuff to bend. Well, that's not looking too bad, is it? Yeah, a bit agricultural. Yeah. Okie dokie, trimmed it down. Actually didn't need to trim it that much, to be honest, but plenty of room for the seat now. A little nick off the corner, again up near behind the dash that you won't be able to see anyway, won't make any difference. So the thing is that not that there's any joints to burst off, so it's not really a problem on that, but at least it gives some protection to obviously people just standing on the pipes. Obviously they're going to be warm as well, so again, a bit of a barrier between that. We can always put some insulation in if we want to, but just to stop, so you know, if somebody sits on that, it burns themselves, don't they? So I'm thinking a tab off the floor there and a tab off the roll cage there. I could put a bar right across for real good strength, but then that then gets in the way of all the pipes that are there, so we won't do that. And then eventually obviously we'll have some tabs at the top here as well. We can drill and tap these tabs, I think. Mounting off the roll cage, that's going to be nice and strong, isn't it? It can be, you know, and yeah. Let's see if we can knock some tabs up. And riv nut this end. Alrighty. Couple of riv nuts. Couple of M6s. Hopefully the seat goes back. If not, we just chop the aluminium until it does. So, again, near the end of the day, but let's see if we can get a couple of brackets welded on there, so at least it's people can sit on it, and if we can do one at the top as well, great. Just need to figure out what we're doing there. So yeah, that should be just a simple little triangular type thing. This side, obviously a little notch out to try and sort of get around the roll cage as much as possible. I've got some 2mm. If I can find some 3mm, might be better. But we might have to sort of just gusset it a little bit. Once we take this off, we can then gusset it back to the body shell and back to the roll cage a bit, just to add a bit of triangulation. All right, 2 brackets. I've got the coughing fit. I've run out of Stella. Well, I haven't. It's inside the house, but I haven't gone in there yet. So yeah, drilled and tapped them. So we're going to try and find some sort of flat areas in between the checker to drill a hole. Then we try and tuck these under, mount them up, see what they look like, and then try and get some tack welds on. Okie dokie. They actually went in quite well like that. Yeesh. Laser cut. Yeah, let's get some welds on them. And I'm getting hot, I'm calling it a day and need another beer. Oh well, got them welded in. We'll take this out at some point next, and then maybe, as I said, put a little bit of gusset in just to take the load, because on that one obviously it's mostly a double or triple skin where the wall is, where the tunnel is. But you know, there's still going to be a bit of flex on there because it's no triangulation at all. That side might cope with it because it's a roll cage and 3mm, but yeah, could still do with just a little bit just to stop anything untoward happening. And then yeah, next time we'll figure something out near the top. Otherwise, what we might do is start working backwards and ducting all that in. We're going to go with a bit of thinner aluminium, I think, and we'll just duct it all in, just so if anything bursts, it just doesn't spray anywhere. But I'll show you that. Well, I'll move the seat forward and I'll show you that at the end of the video, just in case anyone's got any advice, yeah, that I can ignore or take into account. Hey, it's not looking too bad from the driver's side. To be honest, I expect we've got room to put the old ECU back down there. I don't know if it's going to affect leg length at all, but I ain't bothered. I'm not going to be in the passenger seat very often. And yeah, so bit of a mess. Oh, and twisted my back. As you can see there, I've got some joins, which some of them could nearly be replaced by more solid, but it's just the length I had and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, next attempt is to just try and box all that in. I think as a safety precaution, you could always put 2 Jubilee clips on all these as well, and maybe even change the type of clips. I expect some people will recommend some other type clips. But anyway, back here we go.